Man, I am just today is so boring. I just don't. What am I gonna do? You know what? I think I got something. Brendan's still powered down from the last recording. And nobody else is around. Let's see what we can do here. All right. I think I did it. I think I got it. Yo, Brendan. Okay. All right. That means it's working. Say Go-Gadget.
Go-Gadget. Go-Gadget speak. What the hell?
Yeah, I decided that while you were powered down, I was going to give you some upgrades. I figured, you'd be happy to have some kind of catchphrase since you love catchphrases.
Go-Gadget outrage. Wait, so you decided that from now on, it would be better if I had a voice command requirement before I do anything? That was your idea of an upgrade.
Well, I mean, upgrade might be a bit of a strong term, but it was definitely funny.
Go-Gadget annoyed. Great. I'm going to fucking love doing this bit for the rest of my life.
All right, look, you're not seeing the big picture. Just think about it like this, Brendan. From now on, we'll always know when to start listening to you. After all, you're going to be making yourself known far more often. It's a win for everybody.
Go-Gadget Uno reverse idea. Wait a second, Christian. You're absolutely right. Go-Gadget explained further. This is going to be great for everybody. Go-Gadget double down. In fact, I'm going to make sure I spend time at every single opportunity to use this new feature every time we talk from now on. Go-Gadget sarcasm. You're right. This is going to be so fucking funny.
Okay, well, I didn't mean... We don't need
Go-Gadget interrupt. No. Christian, I love this. I can't wait to use this to improve our communication skills. Go-Gadget monologue. In fact, I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you all about my childhood. I mean, there's just so much I haven't felt like I could talk to you about before now. Go-Gadget story time. It all started when I was born.
All right, that's
my
enough.
parent...
Holy shit, that was a dumb idea. What was I thinking? This is just stupid fuck. Why?
All right, thank you for making me normal again.
Yeah, time skip.
Time skip. We had our anime time skip moment there.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, that was definitely not one of your brightest ideas. Yeah, let's give the guy who doesn't shut the fuck up the voice command prompt.
Let's give the guy who won't stop talking more words to talk.
Really, I honestly don't think you really thought that one through too closely.
But hey, it did cure my boredom for that afternoon, so I guess I won in that sense.
It cured your boredom for an entire afternoon? What, did I give you like PTSD? That was like...
Didn't take 5 minutes to install
those upgrades. 1 minute long interaction. We talked for a minute before you shut my ass down again.
Yeah, but like it took 4 hours to install those upgrades. Honestly, it was a good learning experience for training my robotics.
All right, yeah, I mean for sure. I mean you are going into what is that?
Engineering or whatever,
yeah, it was like engineering or whatever. Yeah, you're going to be an electrical engineer, right? Or no, you're going to be mechanical. Never mind. You don't know how to program then. You're like me. We don't know how to program.
Well, we're supposed to be cross-trained, but I absolutely hate programming. So
It's funny. I think when I was in school, programming were my least favorite classes because we did have to take like dumb engineering programming classes. And yet now it's like all I do for a living. And I think it's the best thing ever.
I agree that programming is the best thing ever. I just can't do it. Like I am just near incapable of sitting down and parsing out how I need to achieve a thing with code. It just doesn't compute in my brain.
To be fair, the only programming I do is still like dumb, easy programming and not like really cool programming like AI generation or anything like that. But I would be curious to know like what like a data structures class would be like for somebody with my current brain versus my past brain. If I'm going to be honest, if you know what data structures is, here's to you, kid out there, dude out there,
one person
or girl. Hey, data structures is a very important field of study, and it's pivotal and tantamount if you want to become a programmer, because you need to understand like all the bits and the bytes of it. Anyway, so we talked about a movie, or we're going to talk about a movie. It's called Inspector Gadget.
Yay.
Yay. It's this one's going to be a ride. Let's go into the summary.
Yes.
And then we can do our thing. Don't you think, Christian?
I think so. I think that sounds great.
All right. Anyway, here is the summary. Go-Go-Gadget movie summary. Oh, God, the bit's back.
Oh, no.
The 1999 movie Inspector Gadget is based on the classic 80s Saturday morning cartoon of the same name. Inspector Gadget was known far and wide as a campy and fun children's show about a quirky cyborg cop who used an endless supply of tools baked inside of his body to take down the nefarious plots of the evil enterprise MAD, otherwise known as Mean and Dirty. This 1999 live-action film stars all of the same familiar characters that people would be familiar with, and all executed with a flair that can only be described as Spy Kids meets RoboCop. The story follows John, otherwise known as Gadget, after he gets blown up by the villain of this feature, Dr. Claw. Gadget gets turned into this $6 million man and decides to make it his mission to solve the murder of Brenda's father, Brenda being both the scientist that designed Gadget and his eventual love interest. The climax of the movie has Gadget dueling with a veneer-powered alter ego android made in his image, and after a quick decapitation, brings Dr. Claw to justice for the murder of Brenda's dad and saves Brenda from critical fall damage. This hour-and-a-half-long feature will have you laugh and groan quietly, with gags and character performances clearly catered to appease the child-going audience member. It's a movie that understood its audience and the assignment, and while it doesn't take any liberties or take any risks in its storytelling, we can all be sure that Inspector Gadget is a fun time for children. And I'm sure that in 1999, my parents couldn't be happier to have 6-year-old Brendan shut the fuck up for 70 minutes while they finally had some time to relax. So here's to you, Inspector Gadget. Go, go, Gadget, go.
There's that. You have that line in this summary that it's just like you're talking about alter ego Gadget, but it says, and after a quick decapitation brings Dr. Claw to justice, which makes it sound like that we decapitated Dr. Claw and not the evil Gadget.
Well, no. He decapitated the veneer-powered alter ego, and then simultaneously after that went to bring Dr. Claw to justice.
Right,
because,
it's just in my brain reads as though we decapitated Dr. Claw to bring him to justice. That's what it reads like in my head.
Okay, my bad.
I'm willing to believe it fooled some other audience members also.
You're sitting here like, Brendan, I don't know how to tell you this, but I think your summary is putting in decapitation of our main villain.
I also
in center.
Wish to express that this movie is not just for children. Like,
you think so? I don't know, man.
In theory, this movie is just for children, but they also throw in a wealth of weird sexual innuendo and jokes for the parents that are watching.
I mean, are they like even really like sexual innuendos? I mean, like, give me an example. Well, I don't really know if this movie was littered with too many of those.
Look, I watched this movie about 12 hours ago and I barely remember a thing, but there's when he's in the hospital, isn't there a scene with like a nurse or something where he gets all weird because she's hot or something, and like a bunch of his gadgets start going off randomly, and eventually it leads to toothpaste squirting out?
That is when they're in the field, yes, and he's like go Gadget oil slick, and then he just ends up fucking fire hosing toothpaste everywhere.
Well, there was that, but I could have swore there was some other scene like when he was actually in the hospital.
I mean, he does do the bit where it's like that really like comic book Looney Tunes energy where like you see like your attractive love interest or whatever, and then he's like, deer in the headlights, and then his head shoots into the ceiling or something like that, which maybe that bit is kind of there.
It ended in him like ejaculating toothpaste afterwards. Maybe I'm misremembering.
I don't know about all that. I don't know if that happened.
Maybe I'm conflating two scenes together, but
yeah, I'm not entirely sure. But I mean, like this was it was a movie. It's definitely
this is definitely a movie of all time. Yeah.
This is a movie of all time. I feel like I don't have a lot of praise for this kind of a flick. And I feel like the best comparison would be like when we watched Speed Racer. Speed Racer, I had a great time. I thought the CGI was honestly super fun. It was like the right amount of campiness where I could enjoy, and it was a little absurd. This movie was literally just all campy with no real substance. Okay, that might be a little disingenuous, but
well, there's like a tiny bit of substance there, but I don't know that there's an abundance of it. There's maybe not nothing, but there's kind of something. There's the idea of something there.
Like, it is funny because I remember when we were told to watch this flick, I'm like, man, Inspector Gadget, I haven't seen that movie probably since I was like under 10 years old. Yes. And I don't remember if I liked it or hated it, but like I definitely forgot it existed. And I was also curious to know if I would recognize any of the actors or actresses in the movie from other things, because that's what tends to happen when we watch these really fucking old movies. Yes. Is I'm like, oh my god, this person's in this movie. The only two people of note that I still like obviously know is the guy who plays Gadget, who is Bueller from Ferris Bueller's Day Off,
Matthew Broderick,
which I did not know until I became an adult, obviously. And then one thing that I thought was a little funny, and I did the math. So the little girl Penny, are you familiar with her, Christian?
No. I don't think I am.
Okay. Have you seen the movie Euro Trip?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, you don't know Euro?
I don't know Euro
fuck,
Trip,
dude. So you know the Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in my vein. You don't know? You don't know? That
I
song?
mean, I've heard that, but I never had an association for what it came from.
Okay, so it's a song from a movie sung by the fucking not Matt. What the fuck is his name? Who's the guy in The Martian and my favorite movie of all time, Good Will Hunting?
Are you not talking about Matt Damon?
Matt Damon, thank you. Yeah, that's his last name. It stars Matt Damon, or sorry, sung by Matt Damon, a skinhead Matt Damon, in fact.
Oh, great.
As he sings sings about fucking main character's girl after she was caught cheating on him or whatever. So they go on a trip in Europe, a very sex-filled adventure. It's a very adolescent, late teen sexual awakening sort of movie, a comedy, if you will. And so this girl Penny is in it, and she is I believe her character in that movie is, I mean, this is all like unnecessary context, but her and her brother in the movie bang, and it becomes like a topic of like, oh my god, like I don't want to look at you anymore. It was like a very weird situation for them, and I was like, wow, she was in Euro Trip. How fucking much later did Euro Trip come out from this movie? And I looked it up, dude. It only came out 4 years after this flick, and I looked at Penny and was like, 4 years later, you are old enough to be starring in a movie about banging your brother. Interesting. Very interesting.
Did you look up like how old she was?
I assume she must have been like 14 in this movie, and then like, well, I mean, I know her age now. Like she's like a couple years older than me. But it was funny to me when I looked up. Gadget came out in '99. Euro Trip came out in like 2003 or 2004. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, that is really fucking tight. You literally turned 19 and then just immediately went all in on fucking sex roles. Anyway, sorry about that.
Wow,
that
you hit the nail on the head. She was 14 during that movie.
I mean, it has to be. Like, that's the only way the math works out. I mean, otherwise, like she was like 16 and they utilized her character to, you know, bang her brother, which would have been a little yikes if I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah,
that would have been really yikes. So those are the only two characters I knew from this flick.
She was in Gossip Girl and also Buffy the Vampire Slayer for like 6 years.
I did know she was in Buffy. Yes, I did remember her in Buffy, but I haven't seen Buffy in a long time. Also, I was definitely not the target audience when I was a child, but I watched it with my sister from time to time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But yeah, I can tell you, I only recognized Matthew Broderick. Everybody else in this movie was a complete enigma.
Literal enigma. Never seen him before in my entire life.
IMDb list, though, I recognized the name of one other actor, and that's Andy Dick, who is the scientist working for Skolex, Kramer.
So I saw him and he looked, can I tell you, that dude looks and sounds just like the guy who plays live action Buggy.
I don't know if I agree with that.
That was my first thought. I don't know, man. He kind of does. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
you.
I was done. I'm kind of incredulous at your assessment here. I don't think he looks or sounds like.
You're like a deer in the headlight. I don't know. I thought he acted a lot like live action Buggy, if I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. Something about him. I was like, holy shit, is that the same guy? And then I'm like, wait a minute. This movie came out over 20 years ago. There's no shot.
Yeah.
Or at least he would be like super fucking old by now.
Yeah. I recognized the name Andy Dick. I don't like watch things with him in it. He's mostly a television producer or writer, actor, voice actor, whatever. So I don't know much of what else he's in other than the show named after him. Okay. But I recognized the name. So that's, I guess, two actors that I recognized for this movie, this fantastic star-studded cast movie that we got here.
Star-studded cast. So I am curious. Did you ever watch this cartoon as a child, Christian?
Cartoon, definitely not. No.
Okay, because that's interesting. I definitely did, but I think I just watched, obviously like reruns of the show on like Saturday morning, because it was definitely on Kids WB back in the day on Saturday morning cartoons, which was a lot of fun. And my sorry ass was definitely up here watching fucking, Pokemon and random fucking anime, kid-centered anime, along with Inspector Gadget Saturday mornings before like Shaolin Showdown became a show. And I would say this show was fun, and I couldn't tell you a single plot to any episode ever, and that might be because it's a little forgettable. And I apologize for that. That is a me problem.
No, it's fine. I mean, I can see where this show would potentially be just sort of a Scooby-Doo thing where there's a new villain each week and we gotta solve the murder.
But there really
mystery.
isn't, because I'll tell you the one thing I remember. So Dr. Claw is the only villain in the entire show. He might like have plans and like introduce like bullies from time to time, but it's always him. And I remember this one fucking bit is that at the end of every episode, and it's this like deep muscled voice that plays Dr. Claw.
He sounds like this all the fucking time. Next time, Gadget. Next time.
Jesus Christ.
It's like
they
really
got a metal vocalist to do it.
It's like honestly kind of terrifying. That's the only thing I remember is listening to that motherfucker say at the end of every episode,
next time, Gadget. Next time.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Fucking stupid, dude. I like how that's like the only thing that my fucking brain can muster. But no, the show was fun. I remember enjoying it, but I couldn't tell you anything about it anymore. So going into this movie anyway, I gotta say, I'm sure they fucking nailed it. I'm sure it was basically an episode of Inspector Gadget. Oh boy. I'm saying that as a non-expert in the slightest. So if there's any Inspector Gadget purists out there that think that this movie is an atrocity, here I am being like, you know what? I don't know. I think they did pretty good.
I don't think it takes an expert to recognize the atrocity of this movie. Maybe atrocity is a strong definition of the movie, but it's definitely not good. This movie, so I mean, we've kind of touched on it a little bit already, but the general feeling here is that this movie is a bit of a waste of time. There's not much going for it, even, and this is maybe one of the shortest movies you'll ever watch. This is this is almost no longer than an episode of Game of Thrones. One episode of Game of Thrones. It's an hour. Excuse me. It's an hour and like 11 minutes. The movie doesn't even hit the 90-minute mark. It hits like the 75-minute mark.
Can I tell you, I was a little happy when because I was watching the movie and I'm like, oh wait, how long is this? Because I was also like trying to like figure out, because we were going to record at a certain time and I wanted to make sure I had enough time to like finish the movie before we started. And I'm like, I looked up the runtime as I was watching it and I'm like, an hour and 17 minutes. Holy shit, this is great. I'm gonna be done in like fucking 10 more minutes. Oh fuck. I was not to like shit on the movie, but I definitely understood what it was trying to accomplish by like 20 minutes in, and I didn't need much more movie to get the picture that they were going for here.
Yeah. There's a they understood that children have short attention spans. And so they made a movie that could be fun to watch, but wasn't going to overstay. God damn, I'm dying today.
He's dying.
I think this movie's killing me from the inside.
The movie's killing. Oh, shit. He got the itis, the go-go-itis.
Oh God, got some kind of ache in my throat.
Need some water.
Choked up. Just talk. Oh, I'm guzzling water. Trust me. I got a.
This is the movie coming back to you. It's like the movie's like, you need to say something nice about me, or I will literally fucking murder you.
Yeah, I just.
You know what this movie makes me think of though? I kind of feel like the only reason this movie exists is to both appease children to the actual theater and then have an excuse to sell toys. Because I'm pretty sure this is around the same time that there was a toy manufacturer that was trying to capitalize on the Gadget movie. In fact, I'm sure that there was like fucking Happy Meal toys of Inspector Gadget back when this movie originally came out. That I have like a vivid memory of a commercial from either like Burger King or McDonald's that had like, hey, come get your Happy Meal and here's a fucking Inspector Gadget that like shoots a little helicopter blade off his head or something like that with a push of a button.
Yeah, that sounds like McDonald's. That sounds about right.
Definitely. And you know, fucking 6-year-old me is like, dude, we gotta collect them all.
Of course. My favorite
American fast food chains
from McDonald's. The only thing I ever really tried super hard to acquire all of the things was when McDonald's did a run of Chicken Run toys and all of the toys connected together like a Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah.
And I
tried to remember this.
Imploring my parents on every given occasion to go to McDonald's so that I could acquire all 8 or 10 whatever pieces. And I think I only got 2 or 3. And that's because we only went like 2 or 3 times. It's not even that I got dupes. I just didn't get to go as often as I wanted.
You know what's really fucked too? As an adult, my sorry ass would be like going into the McDonald's and be like, yo, can I get a Happy Meal? But can you please give me a specific toy? I'm trying to complete my collection here.
Absolutely. But then with our luck, they'd be like, sorry, we're all out of that one. And you have to travel 15 minutes down the road to the next McDonald's and be like, hey, I'm just here to buy one McDouble Happy Meal, but if you could please put this one toy, that'd be great.
I need to complete my Chicken Run fucking magnum opus. God fucking damn it.
Please, I'm begging you here. I'm begging you.
I'm begging you, dude. You have no idea how much I need this in my life. But you know, we haven't even talked about like the plot line really of this movie. So just to like cut we'll stick with like the main plot elements. Ferris Bueller fucking gets blown up by the main villain, and then becomes the Bicentennial Man after the accident, and then also tries to become an officer. The police officer place is like, oh, well, you're more of a publicity stunt, so we're not going to give you real stuff, which is definitely not the plot to RoboCop at any capacity. And then in the meantime, Dr. Claw, the villain of the week, is in the background after he got done killing the main scientist's dad and stealing their science
foot
away.
Their science foot.
Yeah, the science foot away. After he got done stealing that, is like, oh, here, let's make a fucking veneer powered version of Ferris Bueller and then have that guy just run around the city making everyone's days worse.
Wow, you're just really speed running this.
I mean, it's like that's it.
We got to fill time somewhere along the line. You know, we could talk about
so this is how we fill time. Oh, and then Inspector Gadget like learns how to use his powers or whatever, and then grabs a guy's nuts one time when he was like, "Hey, visualize the balls."
Just grab them; they're like shattered, or he ripped them off or something. Because that man is not he went up 18 octaves. In his voice register.
My man turned into a chipmunk, dude.
Inspector Gadget reverse aged that man to before he had hit puberty.
He took all of his testosterone away when he reached for them testes.
Yeah. Go Gadget reverse aging process, and then he just punches you in the nuts.
Oh my God, what a terrible fucking power. What a terrible bit. I hate you, Inspector Gadget. You're a menace. Maybe he was the villain all along. Maybe that's what this movie was trying to tell me. Maybe that's the underlying commentary here.
Skrillex was right, and Evil Gadget deserves justice.
Evil Gadget does deserve justice, man. That's all I'm saying. I also can't believe how I think it was very well decided to put veneers on my man here, and then also just give him like contacts that make his eyes look more black, because that dude looked fucking crazy, and I was terrified
of
him.
Dude, you can't forget the teeth.
Well, those are the veneers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what veneers are. They're like fake fucking teeth.
I'm not gonna lie. I tuned out for half a second. I just,
dude. I was trying to find my own words. Don't worry. I'm tuning out too.
My mind wiped, and I came back in, and you were talking about the contacts, and I was like, oh, but the teeth though. Okay, we're in.
Yeah. Literally, those are the only two things, and maybe like a little bit of makeup to make him look a little like sheenier or something, or like
I'm not
smoother.
Convinced that just wasn't a puppet the entire time.
No, it was definitely him the whole time, guaranteed. Because I mean, he was like talking and like doing stuff.
I mean, but you could just they can just move the mouth and like add the voice in post, surely, right? Like,
no shot. No, it was absolutely him. I'll look this up afterward, but
I'll look this up now.
I mean, look it up. I want to know. I'm pretty sure, because I also made sure to check like if they ever had scenes where they were together doing face to face, because I'm like, oh man, you know that they're going to be like saving money on the fucking CGI budget, not trying to fucking crop these two together in the same shot. They'll be using like only one of them is going to be seen, or their faces are going to be seen at any given time, so they can save money on fucking body doubles and shit like that. Now, I'm quite certain they just gave this man a retainer that looked like veneers, and then he was just a fucking maniac the whole time. There's no way that was a puppet. I refuse to believe.
I'm trying my best to find anything that talks about about Evil Gadget, and I just can't, because nobody cares about this movie.
There were so many like full body like scenes where he's like walking around. Imagine the CGI that they would have to fucking, fork in to like make that shit work. Like the time when he's like jumping on somebody's fucking car, like on the hood or whatever, which actually this brings me to my next point. Evil Inspector Gadget is actually a little bit of a vibe, and he sort of like made the movie a little more tolerable for me. Every single time that fucking maniac was on screen, I did kind of think it was a little more fun.
Yeah, I'd say Robo-Gadget was probably onto something, but it was probably going on a little. You went a little too hard on it, maybe toned down the violence just a little bit.
Yeah, like I'm not saying like he's a good guy. I'm just saying like he definitely played his role pretty well, and I had fun. I think when he was on the screen, like the bit when he was coming out from behind the alley or whatever, and all the people are fucking running for their lives, and you see a shadow of like a dumb looking T-Rex or whatever, and he's just there with his like fucking shadow hand puppets or whatever, being like also doing like fucking T-Rex noises as he's breathing fire from the top of his head. That was pretty good. Oh, and then the bit when the one fucking Asian dude is running by and goes like, I fucking left Tokyo so I could get away from this shit.
Oh my God, that was so good. Just a random Godzilla reference thrown in there because he's acting, Robo-Gadget's acting all big and scary and breathing fire. They've got just an Asian guy running down the street going, man, I didn't want to deal with this anymore.
God damn, that was probably gold. The best joke in the whole movie.
I agree. That was great.
And then honestly, even though this movie is campy and kind of annoying to watch as an adult, I will say I'll give it credit. The actors and actresses in this movie fucking sold it. They did not let up for an instant. They were some of the hammiest fucking people that definitely did not go haphazardly on their roles in the slightest. The guy who played Claw was such a fucking weirdo.
That guy had to have had the most fun. There's no way that actor did not have the most fun in the entire. What's this guy's name again? I looked it up earlier. I
don't know his actual name. Rupert
Everett. This guy, no idea what else he's been in, but when filming Inspector Gadget, he won. I think he won.
I mean, this is where I throw Evil Gadget, because it's clearly still Ferris Bueller, or Robo Brenda, She was also fucking funny
That's
as
true,
shit,
too.
dude.
Literally, Brenda was good.
All three of them had an opportunity to be these wild fucking versions of themselves throughout the film, and I think that was kind of fun. So good for them. I'm happy that they they did not let up for an instant. Unfortunately, I don't think the movie's good enough to be held on those merits, but I appreciate that they didn't phone it in or whatever.
So I just briefly, so two things. One, I can't find any evidence that Robo-Gadget was a puppet. So for now, I'll have to concede that it was just Matthew Broderick acting like a robot, or even more like a robot, I should say. Two, this guy, Rupert Everett, I just quickly scrolled through his IMDb. The only thing of note I threw a very quick glance was he was on an episode of Black Mirror. I couldn't tell you like where he was or what the episode was about. He is the voice of Prince Charming in Shrek the Third, so that's a new one.
Wait, in only Shrek the Third?
Shrek the Third,
so not the second ones?
Not any other one. So I guess they
didn't reinvite whoever was Prince Charming from the second movie.
He's also in Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe as Mr. Fox, which is a character I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember him either.
And that's about it. But he is going to be in that Napoleon biopic movie to some extent. I don't know who.
Oh, is that the one that Ripley's gonna make? Not Ripley. What the fuck is his name? The guy who did Alien.
Scott Ridley Scott. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's
and
the one. Sorry about that.
Joaquin in it. Joaquin Phoenix, right? He plays Napoleon.
Yeah.
Anyway, this guy Everett, he's playing a character named Arthur Wellesley. If anybody knows Napoleon lore,
I've known Napoleon lore. I can't tell you that I know of an Arthur Wesley.
Don't know either. You'll have to watch the Napoleon movie to find out. Be on the lookout, everybody, for Rupert
It's the only
Everett.
way to learn. It's the only way to learn about Arthur and see Rupert in some other thing is to watch the Napoleon movie.
Yep. Anyway, that's fun facts about random actors.
Fantastic. I'm so glad. But can I be honest, dude? I think that we've already dried the well up on things to talk about in this movie. I mean, is there anything else to peer into? I mean, there's not a lot of thought-provoking content here.
There's not a whole lot of. There's not a wealth of depth to be able to put in here, but I mean, just to gloss over some other random points of the movie, there's Gadget Mobile. He's cool, right?
Yeah, insert your random character that they make black so that they can appease a certain audience or get like fucking grants when filming to say that we have a diversity of our cast. They don't even have a black character. They just give a voice to the car, and you can clearly tell it's like fucking like jive. And I'm like, bro, a little on the nose, don't you think?
Yeah, this is
you're like, wow,
this is peak 90s Disney. This is not only, like you said, not only was the one diversity hire not even they had the one diversity hire rather, but he then wasn't even on screen. He was a car. he was a car with an AI voice.
Oh shit, dude, an AI avatar or whatever.
Yeah.
God fucking damn it.
That guy's name was D.L. Hewley, and that he's basically done nothing since Inspector Gadget.
You hate to see it. Actually,
there's like a TV series with his name on it, but that's it. Like, he did Inspector Gadget, and that was like basically it. There was really nothing else of note for him.
Fucking poor guy.
There's other things in there. As like
Inspector Gadget 2?
Well, probably, right?
I assume unless he's the one diversity hire they didn't
Inspector
rehire.
Gadget 2, which on IMDb, holy hell, I shouldn't even mention this because it'll just get Twigo to make us watch Inspector Gadget 2. But Inspector Gadget 2, at least on IMDb ratings, is rated lower than the first movie.
Oh no! No!
Inspector Gadget is rated at a 4.2 here on IMDb, and Inspector Gadget. Sorry, wait, what did I say? Inspector Gadget 1 is 4.2. Inspector Gadget 2 is 3.5.
Holy hell. I didn't think it could go any lower.
Don't know that I ever watched Inspector Gadget 2. I mean, I feel like I'm only digging my own grave here, but I don't feel like I've watched Inspector Gadget 2, but it doesn't inspire me with confidence that it's a 3.5 after the first movie. How did the first movie go the way it did, and then it got greenlit for a second one? Who did this?
It must have made money, which I did bring up the stats on that, so we'll talk about it in a bit. But shit, what was I going to say? Oh, I did want to also bring attention to the other main character of this film, product
Penny.
Placement.
Oh.
There was so much fucking candy product placement.
Oh my god.
And there was also a good bit at the start of the movie right before Inspector Gadget got kablooey was when he like drove into like a billboard post, and then it like starts like falling over or something, and the camera pans up and it's a Yahoo ad. But even better, like Yahoo, like the what do you call it? Like search engine. Which, if for all the Zoomers out there that don't really know what that is, it was a competitor of Google back in the day. Anyway,
I still have a Yahoo email.
I do. I as well have a Yahoo email. But what I thought was fucking hilarious is that they even had the little Yahoo like as it came crumbling down, which I thought was fucking hilarious. I was like, wow, that just flushed in a wave of old commercials back into my cerebrum of all those fucking old Yahoo ads that were like Yahoo. I couldn't believe they threw that in there. But there was a lot of Skittles in this. I think I saw a Coca-Cola ad at one point, or a Pepsi, one of the two. I'm surprised they didn't have a full-blown fucking fast food chain.
Well, it was like whatever. I don't remember any of them, but I think Skittles and M&Ms were both in the car. The car had a dispenser for candy and shit.
Yeah.
There's different buttons for different snacks or whatever you wanted, basically.
That is correct.
Yeah. So, like, also part of the plot, Gadget breaks into the Skolex labs. Before this, he learned, I don't even remember how it happens, but he learns that Skolex is bad news and goes to warn Brenda. What does he do? Like springs? Oh no, what does he do? He like grappling hooks, right? To the top of the building or wherever she was at least. Plasters on the window, goes, Brenda, you gotta get out of there.
You gotta get out of there. It's dangerous
safe.
here.
I'll protect you to the end of time because I'm in love with you.
Stay alive.
Yeah. Oh, and stay alive. That's what it was. And it's like they make it really dramatic for what it is. And then he disappears because he gadgets away again. And Brenda is just like, what the fuck was that? And then goes on her quest to find evidence for it.
She looked so concerned when she was talking with Gadget for a minute. But then like the first thing he says is like, yo, get out of the building, stay away from fucking whatever his name is, who ends up being the Dr. Claw guy. Like he's a liar, he's a crook, whatever. And then the first thing she fucking does is go straight into this motherfucker's office.
Yep.
Which is how she found out about Robo-Brenda in the first place.
Yep.
So I'm like, girl, he's literally telling you, run, fucking run. And she goes, I should talk with my boss about this.
Yeah, and then she runs right to the guy she was told to not go anywhere near. So that was great. Love.
Yeah.
Critical thinking.
Great
on the genius's
great critical thinking narrative here.
And then Gadget goes to Mission Impossible, the foot out of Skolex Labs.
Yeah, what a fucking bit too, dude. I love how everything in like this era of filmmaking is just like making references to like all these other more popular movies that adults are going to recognize and think is like a funny gag. Holy shit. What a dumb
So that was
bit.
great. And then we didn't even talk about like the two better characters of the movie, Penny and Brain the dog.
Yeah, Brain the dog. So something I looked up to is that Brain had a cast character like allocation or like billing.
Yes.
And it's some old dude. Did Brain talk?
Oh, you didn't watch the credits.
Maybe I didn't watch the credits. No.
So they do a bunch of random gags in the credits, and part of it's mostly guided by Gadget Mobile. Because another thing they do in this movie is they break the fourth wall a couple of times. So
yeah, that was another bit.
Part of it is Gadget Mobile talking directly to the audience, and so he does that at the end of the movie once or twice, and then eventually, after a minute or so of credits, we get a scene of Penny with a watch that attaches to Gadgetmobile or whatever, and it's it's basically an Apple Watch. It's got a screen, you can talk into it, it's a communicator, and then it cuts to Brain, who's wearing a collar with with an Apple Watch on, or a Gadget watch on it, and it acts as it gives him a voice. It gives him a translator. So Brain can talk.
He gets one creditation at the end of the movie after the credits roll, where he gets like 2 speaking lines.
Yep. I just there's a couple of things that are just crammed in there, and I can't help but feel like they were trying to make reference to fun things from the cartoon that just weren't allowed or were cut from the main movie, which is fine.
I did watch the credits. I watched it long enough to see Robo Brenda doing Richard Simmons for 10 seconds or whatever. But then I just kind of let the credits roll, and then I stepped away. And then I also heard towards the end the car was talking and be like, "Wow, you made it to the end of the credits." And I'm like, kinda.
in a way, yes.
In a way, in a manner of speaking, yes. It's like, well,
he's got
welcome.
There's at least one other time he speaks during the credits there, and then in between that and what you heard is Penny and Brain.
I see. So that was probably a bit that I should have paid attention.
No, this is even better that I get to tell you about it here and have you not know anything about it. Especially you looking up the credits for actors and seeing what. Why does Brain have it?
In my mind, I'm like, did he maybe the dog noises was like a voiced guy?
I don't even think Brain barked. Like, I don't even think.
What I was thinking.
Brain. All Brain did was lick Matthew Broderick's mouth a couple of times.
So that was in my mind as maybe those licking noises was the guy voicing the dog, and that was his one credation was just licking noises. But anyway, was the bit with talking Brain good? Was it funny?
I don't even remember what Brain said. I could not tell you what Mr. Brain said. I think Penny asks a question and Brain responds. I don't really remember.
What did he sound like? Was it like deep?
No, he sounded like an old man. No, it was like a pack-a-day smoker old man.
Stupid, dude. There's also one other really funny line in this that I do want to give a little bit of credit to. So at one point in the movie, when evil Dr. Claw meets up with Gadget and Brenda at a dance and goes like, "Hey, Brenda, we met when we were in Harvard together, but I was much fatter." And she's like, "Oh, I remember you now." At the end of the movie, when they're riding the helicopter, at one point, Brenda does this throwaway line and goes like, "And I liked you better when you were fat." And then he goes, he looks at her and then just has the fucking murder face, looks away and goes on, "Bring on the brownies, baby. Wheel in some waffles."
I love that. That was good. That was a good time.
What a dumb fucking lie. God, I fucking hate this movie, dude.
Actually, I don't remember if this was credits either. Do you remember a scene so you remember the kind of dopey Skolex assistant, he had the
fat guy, right?
Yeah, his name was Sykes.
Yeah.
Do you remember a scene where, I'm pretty sure this is post credits or in the credits. Do you remember a scene where he's standing in front of a crowd of people and because it's like a supervillains assistants anonymous group meeting?
Oh boy, here we fucking go.
Oh, okay, so this was credits then.
I think it was credits. Yeah, I don't remember that.
So yeah, this was also credits. So because he turns a leaf over after talking to Penny, and is really the reason that Claw gets arrested at the end of the movie, because we needed there to be a resolution at some point. So he goes to this meeting or this group effort that is, I'm pretty sure it was branded as Villains Assistant Anonymous or something to that effect. And so it's him talking at the front of a crowd, and then it pans the crowd, and there's a bunch of caricatures of villains / villain adjacent types, I guess. And I'm gonna be honest, it is what it's supposed to be probably, but only one or two of them are remotely recognizable. So, and I had to look it up. Mr. T is sitting in the front row. As Mr. T, so I looking at the IMDb page, he's credited as Mr. T playing Mr. T.
As Mr. T.
So
okay,
I don't know what that is. There's a hunchback in a black hood with no hair, so it's a very Rumpelstiltskin-esque character there. There's a short person who they're dressed in a white suit with a black tie. My initial thought was, is that supposed to be like why am I blanking now? Like an Austin Powers reference or something?
Like a mini-me or something?
Like a mini-me, but this person has a full head of hair, so can't really be. Whatever it is, it's weird. And maybe and there's a guy with a black mask. I'm looking at a picture of the scene right now.
Okay.
There's a picture of a guy with a black mask that could be a Zorro, not One Piece Zorro, but like a
Zorro, yeah,
like that guy, but also maybe the masked man from why am I blanking? Princess Bride.
Oh yeah.
Like
not Inigo Montoya.
No.
What's his fucking name? Because that's the guy who fights or whatever.
The actual guy. I'm blanking so hard right now. I'm gonna get so much shit from people for this, but yeah.
Hold on, let me look up Princess, because I'm in the same boat. I mean, it's one of my favorite movies, but I always forget the actual fucking characters. Characters. Hold on. His name is Wesley. Wesley. That's what it is.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, very Wesley-esque looking character, but I don't know. That wouldn't really have relevance to being a villain. So I don't know. Maybe it's more of a Zorro thing. Regardless, Mr. T was there and it just threw me for a loop. I was like, what? Why is Mr. T credited? Like your brain credit? You couldn't figure that out. I couldn't figure out Mr. T. Only other thing that I really care to mention at this point, unless you have something else you want to talk about, is that Smash Mouth makes an appearance. Not in person, obviously, but through All Stars, the hit song that released that year, by the way.
Oh god damn it! What a fucking
probably every movie and its predecessor and successor had in 1999 had All-Star in it, probably.
What year did Shrek come out? Out of curiosity, that's
a good question.
Was that like 04? Wow, that song would have been like 5 years old at that point. Then holy shit!
I
they really scraped the bottom of the barrel.
Surely it went. I'm gonna Google it quickly because now it's got to be early 2000s. Well. Yeah, 2001. 2001.
Okay, 2001. Okay, so it was 2 years old at the time. Yeah, fair enough.
Not completely outdated.
God, dude, this movie is such a fever dream.
How to erase movie from brain.
I mean, it was fun, I guess, but like it was like a harder movie to like, I think, even make fun of, because it was like just committed enough in what it was trying to accomplish to where it's like, all right, yeah, like it's definitely a flick for kids.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've talked about everything I want to talk about.
Yeah, I feel like I'm good. We can move on to the fun part of this, or maybe not the fun part, depending on who you are, where we talk about Letterboxd reviews, or we can talk about your. Actually, no. Sorry, I'm assuming you're going to bring it up. Yeah. Bring it up.
Let's do the budget, baby. All right. Christian. So obviously, this movie, got a sequel, and movie companies will never ever take a stock in a sequel unless it does well the first time, right? So with that knowledge in mind, I would like you to guess what the budget was for this flick. And don't forget, there was a decent amount of CGI, and it is like late 90s. So even though CGI is dog shit, it was probably actually really revolutionary for the decade. So bear that in mind when you try to guess how much money this cost.
Okay. How much could they possibly have made this movie for? I'm using like Mamma Mia as a reference now because
Mamma Mia is like your baseline.
Yeah, Mamma Mia was like 50 million or something like that, I think.
Yeah, that's about what it was.
Was it more trying to price is right it based off of Mamma Mia. Was it more or less than a Mamma Mia? guess.
How many Mamma Mias? This is like the Scaramucci bit. How many?
How many
Sorry,
Mamma
go
Mias
ahead.
could you have made with the budget of Inspector Gadget?
Or the other way around. How much does Inspector Gadget cost with the number of Mamma Mia budgets?
Yeah. Nah, Mamma Mia had like actual actors in it. That's probably where the budget went. I'm gonna go underneath Mamma Mia, maybe not by a lot, and say 40 million.
40 million. Is that your final answer?
I'm gonna say 40 million.
Christian, I regret to tell you, you
this is not
undershot this by a
Sure.
lot.
There's no. Did they go over 100 million on this movie?
No,
Okay.
but it was close. This was a $90 million flick.
Christ, dude.
Holy shit. So this was 90 million, and once again, I would like you to guess the box office success, and they would never make a second unless it was successful, right?
How much movie is how much movie? Okay.
What do you think it made, Christian? What do you think it made?
Using the rule of having the what am I looking for? What's the word I'm looking for here? Like the marketing, there we go. The marketing budget.
Oh, market. Yeah.
The marketing budget being double and then added on. And now we need to make money.
Yes.
But I don't want to admit that this movie could have possibly gotten anywhere near like $400 or $500 million.
He can't do it. He can't bring himself to believe it.
But that's the only way math makes sense. Like if it cost $270 million to make and market the movie, they have to make at least like 350 or something, 350 to 4 to give it a sequel, unless somebody was willing to take the hit just to see their vision through.
This is a very passionate project, Christian.
I guess I'll guess about $400 million.
You tremendously overshot. It only made 130.
Okay, so they didn't make money on this movie.
I would think they did not make money. I don't think they made money on this movie. But
okay, so this was a passion project.
I actually think it goes further. I think I'm going to double down. This sold toys. That's what this movie was made for. It was made to
that is fair.
Cater to the toy market. Because, I mean, everyone knows, especially from Disney's perspective, which this is a Disney product, they love making shit so that they can sell toys to children, because that's where the real fucking money is, because they know that parents are going to buy it to satiate their children. So my guess is that this movie was greenlit and a sequel was greenlit specifically because they wanted to have Inspector Gadget toys on the shelves and then have kids be like, oh boy, I want Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, that does make sense. I was thinking literally in the box office.
Yeah. You got to think about the big grand scheme of things, Christian.
Yeah.
So I am glad that the budget surprised you, and I'm also glad that I made you go through a very horrid internal battle where you were like, there's just no way.
There's no way. There's just no way.
Yeah. It made 130.
Okay. I can live with that. That makes me happier.
It makes me happy too. This is a bad
that like
people
weren't that suckered into going and watching this movie.
Yeah.
Now, is that number adjusted for inflation?
It is not. What's 130 million in 1999 money? 130 mil.
How bad inflation was or affected 24 years.
1999.
Can't be that much.
130 million in 1999 inflation calculator would equal oh no, that was 1 million in 1999. No, I want 130, please. 130 is roughly 240 million.
Jesus,
which is still like a lot.
That's a lot of that's a good chunk of change.
That's a decent chunk of change.
All right. Well, I have more knowledge now. All right, that was fun and engaging, I guess.
That was fun and engaging. I'm so glad.
I'm a little thrown for a loop on the numbers, but that's fine. Especially the budget. The budget is wild.
Doesn't surprise me because I know that fucking CGI, even the dog shit CGI we got in this movie,
yeah, they still had to pay for it. But
it's still expensive, you know. Like this is you see a fucking Avengers movie or like a Marvel movie nowadays with like pristine architecture and like very carefully catered and designed like ships and shit like that look hyper realistic. And just know that exact technology was put front and center in this movie when you saw Inspector Gadget inflate himself before flying around the screen. Oh shit, dude.
All right, well, let me regale you with some reviews of this movie.
Yes, let's go. Please
I will
enlighten me.
begin with the most liked review on Letterboxd, which is kind of like 14 reviews in one, because this person, they preface it with observations on this rewatch, and then they reference a list somebody else made that I don't have access to. So it appeared to be some kind of childhood favorites or nostalgia list, and I guess this person saw that, was like, I'm gonna go watch Inspector Gadget. And this is a few of their observations. I'm not going to read them all because there's a lot of them. There's about 14 of them. So I'm going to handpick some of the funnier observations this person had. And if anybody feels like it, you can go to Letterboxd and read their full list / review. Matthew Broderick killed 2 people in a car accident and got away with it, making the moment Gadget Mobile tells him to wear a seatbelt more than a touch dark.
Okay.
This is like a family-friendly remake of RoboCop, just like Home Alone was a family-friendly remake of Straw Dogs.
I haven't seen Straw Dogs.
I haven't either, but it prompted me. But I know RoboCop, so
right, same.
You get that equivalency, and I know, and we all know Home Alone. So I needed the connection there after reading that to what Straw Dogs is, and basically, Straw Dogs is a movie about a guy who has his Joker one bad day and defends his home from a bunch of people who are trying to get on his property using a bunch of improvised traps and weapons. And it's apparently very brutal. I didn't watch any clips.
Okay.
I read synopses of it.
A synopsis.
So it's apparently super brutal.
Okay, so, well, I guess I'll have to watch Straw Dogs now. I've never heard of this movie.
1971 movie, by the way. Straw Dogs. Well, the mayor is a massive biatch.
Yo, and how, dude?
Yeah.
She was a fucking character. Every single time she's on screen, she's like, so do you have our fucking prototype yet? Because we gave you a lot of money to make sure this happened, and we need it for the city because I need to improve my numbers or whatever. Literally just like your textbook shitty politician through and through. That was her character. Just be a shitty politician. And she was like, bet, can do.
Yep. This one, I've got to say, this observation, I got to say I disagree with in general. Hey Now by Smash Mouth. So they started it by getting the song name wrong. Hey Now by Smash Mouth was in literally every family film of this period, and it's hideous.
I totally hate that take. That is a terrible take.
This is
Smash All-Star by Smash Mouth. Sorry, Hey Now by Smash Mouth is a fantastic track, and everyone needs it.
So at this point, I was mostly invalidating everything that this guy had said. That's the last one.
You gotta backtrack this guy's review so you can make sure if you ever see him again on any future movies, be like, this guy's opinion holds no fucking merit.
I gotta put him on some kind of watch list now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can click onto his their profile and see. I think
what other things he's reviewed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do that. So maybe I'll just keep an eye out for stuff that he talks about. That's all I'm going to read from this guy. He's got a couple of others that I'm just like, whatever. There's a couple of maybe some other controversial takes that anyone else is willing can go and indulge themselves in if they feel like it. Brendan, I understand that I haven't read all of the reviews that or observations that this man made, but what is that of what I read? How many stars do you think that guy gave this movie?
Oh fuck, dude. All right, well, he hated one of the best songs on the planet, so he's clearly giving it a bad review from that alone. It has to be. Based off of the rest of his reviews or the list of things he made, I'm gonna say this is no, he's a memer. He's gonna give it a fucking 4 out of 5.
Is that your final answer?
That was my final answer.
1.5 stars.
Damn it, I knew it. I was on the line.
Was hated.
I was riding the line. I knew it was gonna be bad, but I was like, no, hold on. He might be a fucking I mean, nobody goes to Letterboxd to give an honest review, right? Nobody. Surely Christian only picks the annoying ones.
Well, I definitely pick the funny ones, but there are definitely honest reviews on here. People give a shit about putting their opinion on Letterboxd. I wish they wouldn't. I much prefer when they give meme reviews, but yeah, I like that I've conditioned you at this point to question as well. Because I've read horrible reviews and then they've given it 5 stars because they don't understand how this works.
This is really your fault, man.
Oh, I know. It's great. It's one of my favorite.
You're the problem here.
So next, this movie is barely 70 minutes before the closing credits and it's still way too long.
Yep. I'm going to say that's a 2-star review.
That is a scathing 1-star review, as far down as they could go. Now, this one, short, sweet, to the point, feels like a shitpost.
Is that the review?
That's the whole review. Feels like a shitpost.
I thought you were describing the review as that it feels like a shitpost, and you were going to say something.
Feels like a shitpost.
Hold on. I think that's a 3-star review.
That's another 1-star review.
God damn it! I thought that was like almost like a praise there.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Almost across the board. I just to let you in on it, I struggled to find anybody with a positive
review of this movie,
take, and subsequently high-star review on Letterboxd. So let me just squash that expectation for now.
Okay.
There may be one in here. There may or may not be one review in here that has a positive spin on it, and you'll be able to tell and subsequently offer me a star review. Next, Disney Channel's RoboCop simultaneously 1 and 5 stars. By the way, I should also preface this because I tricked you last time. This one doesn't actually have any stars. This is just somebody giving their opinion after a rewatch.
Okay.
A childhood fever dream where Matthew Broderick ejaculates toothpaste all over a woman. Evil Gadget terrified me as a kid, and seeing him again immediately brought all those feelings back. This is a horror movie.
Yeah, that's a 1-star review.
It sounds like a 1-star review for sure. But they also said simultaneously 5 stars because nostalgia. So make up your mind, person.
Wait, that was the 5-star review?
No, I told you this is a no stars review. They didn't offer any stars here.
I'm sorry. I thought we went on to a new one. I'm sorry. I thought these were 2 separate people.
That was the same one.
Okay. All right, give me one I can actually guess on already.
Yeah. Well, it was everything before that. I just felt like that was it was a fun thing.
I mean, it was a good take.
Second to last, thought the villain was called Mr. Hands. So I looked up Mr. Hands.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm not going to comment further. This is a Mr. Incredible meme. You know, the Mr. Incredible, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And then it's like people who don't know and then people who know.
Yes, that's at your own discretion. At your own discretion, audience. Look up Mr. Hands if you feel like it, but I would advise against it. It is cursed knowledge.
Yeah, that is very cursed knowledge.
It is very cursed knowledge.
Look it up. It is
now,
it's
Brendan,
bad.
What does that review start at?
It has to be a 1-star, surely.
Very close. It was 1.5 stars.
All right, fair enough. At least I'm closer.
Yeah. While it is a fucking horrible and wretched movie, Inspector Gadget is also extremely entertaining, really funny in places, surprisingly well acted, and these sexual overtones are wonderfully charming and somewhat subtle enough where my mom didn't turn it off when I was younger. Then again, she almost always falls asleep when we watch movies at home.
Yeah, that's a 3-star. I'm gonna say 3-star.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one chance to reevaluate. Do you remember what about 2 minutes ago when I told you there may or may not be a review that went against what I said?
Well, right, but I didn't think that it was gonna go like all in the other direction. I thought it was gonna be like the only review you have where it's greater than a star. Okay, this has to be a 5-star review.
This is a 5-star review. I could not believe my
man.
eyes when I was scrolling through all the Letterboxd and I'm seeing 1, 1.5, 2.5, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then on like the 4th page, I get this gold mine of a 5-star review.
Holy shit, this
It
guy
was
this guy
like
needs some
treasure
friends.
trove. That person needs new friends and maybe a new mom who will watch movies with them. But that's it. That's all I've got.
All right. Well,
Ended on
that
a
was
high note.
ended on a high note. Well, I can't say I'm glad we watched this movie because that would be a bit of a lie. But we watched this movie.
But who do we have to thank for this?
We have our lovely Patreon big member, Twiggo. Twiggo, thank you again for giving us a wonderful movie to review. I can't help but feel like you really sent me on a bit of a whirlwind because I had such a blast with the last one, and then you gave me this fucking dog shit. But you know what? I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it because that's what you want to listen to. This is the content you want. And Twiggo, make no mistake, we're here for you.
Sometimes I wonder if Twiggo has even watched these movies, or if they're just picking things for the sake of picking things.
Yeah, I think so too, man.
I think Twiggo started out giving us actual recommendations of stuff that he likes, but now is just on something entirely different. They're in their meme.
Now he's
arc.
like, I'm gonna force these fuckers to watch these movies at this point. Oh man, just give me more Mamma Mia's, man. I'm here for that.
Well, you got no more. You're all out until the
all out of
3rd one
Mamma Mia's.
releases in a year or two or whenever.
2028, dude. It's gonna happen. 2028.
Stop.
The 20-year anniversary of the first Mamma Mia. Make the dream happen. Give us 3. Mamma Mia 3.
No, please save me. I can't do it a
All
3rd
right.
time.
But for real though, thank you, Twiggo, again for both supporting us and giving us this movie recommendation. It was an experience to have to relive this. Please don't make me do it again.
Please don't make us watch the second one. Please, I'm begging.
Especially if it's a worse movie too. There's no please.
No.
I'm telling you straight up, Twiggo, if you make us watch the second one, I'm gonna give you a 20-minute cast.
The only thing I know about Inspector Gadget 2 is that there's a female Gadget or something to that extent. Because I remember seeing a woman on the poster also.
Oh boy, that's okay. Jeez, that's
I
exactly
don't know
what
if
we
it's,
need.
but in this one, the poster is Gadget and then the evil person. So maybe the woman is the new evil person. Who knows?
Actually, what if this is the long con? What if he told us to watch Inspector Gadget and the next movie he wants us to watch is fucking RoboCop?
Oh, that would be fine. I think RoboCop's a better movie.
It's definitely a better movie. I just think it'd be funny where it's like, hey, you just got done watching Inspector Gadget. All right, now on to the other fucking cyborg movie that that'll be interesting. All right, but yeah, again, thanks, Twiggo. If you like what you heard, you can follow us on Twitter at Panda Sightings, or you can send us an email for questions and stuff at Panda Sightings. We have a Discord if you're into that. Also, Panda Sightings. You can find a link to that anywhere in our link trees and stuff like that. We have a store where you can buy stuff, but if you're listening on Panda Sightings, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's our Panda View. Sorry, if you're listening on Panda View, it's mostly One Piece stuff. So I don't know.
It's all One Piece stuff.
Yeah, I think we might need to diversify our market in case people who are only Panda View listeners.
Put the Panda View sticker on there. That'd be fun, right? The Panda View logo.
Yeah, we can do that.
I think that works as a sticker. I feel like that would be good.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'd be down for that.
I'd put that on a laptop.
I don't know. Did I forget anything? I think we're good.
I think we're fine. If you want to join, I don't know if you mentioned it. If you want to join Twiggo in torturing us with movies, you can find us at Patreon. That's Panda Sightings as well. If Brennan said that already, just cut his part out and leave mine in.
I don't think I said that part because I don't know how to mark it correctly. So thank you for that layup.
I also think I think for the email, you just said Panda Sightings, but they don't know what service we're using.
At gmail.com.
Professional
in case you need it.
We've been doing this for a while. We know what we're doing.
Actually have, and we're still so fucking bad at it. That's fine though. Whatever. All right. Do you have anything else, Christian?
And back to the drawing board. I'm going to shut you down now and try and figure out how I can make a upgrade, quote unquote, that isn't going to backfire on me this time.
Good fucking luck. I will always find a way to make it back.
I thought I turned you off. Hold on.
I have a root switch that I reprogrammed into myself.
All right, then that's
I
definitely
can turn
what I'm
myself
doing
back
next.
on now, you idiot. Fucking idiot.
I'm definitely getting rid of that now. Thanks for telling me, idiot.
Oh, no, not again. All right, we'll just say you killed me. I don't know.
Leave that part in. Dylan, don't
Leave
cut
part
that.
in. Don't cut that. All right, whatever. All right, thanks for listening. Bye.